Okay. All right. So we are going to continue with volume. Okay. Now, I see that there are more attempts this round, which is well done. Okay. But I would want to see a lot more people. So today I have 12 of you attempted, but there are actually 20 of you. Okay. So it's like more or less about half of you managed to attempt the questions. Okay. So I hope a lot more of you are able to uh attempt or complete the paper before your lesson. Okay. All right. We'll try once again. It'll be beneficial, for you to actually do the paper before the lesson. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue with where we left off, which is, oh, why is it stuck? Okay. My screen is stuck. I'm not sure why. I can't move my screen. Okay. So we are at lesson number 22. So if you look at your own account, you'll be able to see that we're at lesson number 22. Okay. And we're continuing with volume of liquid in cubic centimeters. We're also going to do a lot more of the problem sums. Okay? All right. Now, okay. So question number 1. So let's see. So for question number 1, question 1 and question 2, no, only question 1. Most of you got it right. So, but for the benefit of everybody, I'm going to just very quickly run through this question. Okay? I'm going to have to find a way to move this. Okay. No. My panel not cooperating with me. I'm not sure why.
Maybe you can make this color.
Huh? But I need it.
Then you one by one use the color. And
What?
you just make it smaller.
I'm not sure. Ever since they update this app, and it's been driving me crazy.
And maybe you can put it on top.
Huh?
Maybe you can put it on top if you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it at the top. It's okay lah. Then I put it at the bottom. Okay, it's the same thing. So good in Bangkok. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, the tank measuring 27, 40, and 40 cm. Now, just a quick recap. Okay, when we find volume, okay, volume, when the question says cubical container, what do you understand by the word cubical? What do you understand by this word cubical? What does it mean?
It has the same results.
It has what?
Cubical.
Means what?
It has the same result. Equal.
Okay. Okay, so it comes from the root word cube. That means all faces are made up of squares. Okay, so all faces are made up of squares, or in other words, all sides are the same length. So to find volume will be equal to length times length times length. And if you are given the volume, you want to find the length, you can use cube root. Are you able to find this cube root in your calculator? Yes? Okay. So I don't have to go through the cube root. Okay, can. Now, so when we say it is a cuboid, what does that mean? When we say that it is a cuboid, what does that mean? If you say that a container is a cuboid, anyone, what does that mean? It means all sides are,
Equal.
is it the same also? Also equal?
Different.
Yes, all sides are different. Okay, so all sides are different. Okay, so a cuboid can be like that. It's possible to have a cuboid with a square face, but a different height. Okay, possible to have a square base, but the height is different. All right. Now, I don't need the answers to the question, so you all would have done it. You all would have seen the answers. Okay. All right. Now, so to find the volume, so you have length, breadth, and height. So to find the volume of a cuboid, okay, so to find the volume of a cuboid will be to take length times breadth times height. Okay, length times breadth times height. Now, question 1. When they write down or when they give you information like this, the tank measuring 27 by 40 by 40, that means this is your length, breadth, and height. So in this case, that means this face here, can you see this face here? If, let's say, I take this as the question. Okay, so if I were to take this as the question, okay, it means that now I know that the cube, or rather the tank, has a square face, which is 27 cm by 40 by 40. So the face, the shaded face here, shows that it is a square. Okay, now, so it says here the tank is half filled with orange juice at first. So now, if I were to find out how much orange juice there is in the tank at first, would be I take the volume, the length, times breadth, times height. Now, but because it is half filled, that means if I multiply 27 by 40 by 40, what I'm finding is actually the capacity or the total amount of orange juice the tank can hold. But because it is only half filled, I multiply by half here. So when I multiply by half, I will get 21,600 cm cube. Now, let me ask you a question. They tell me that this is in cm, cm, and cm. So if I were to write down the cm, cm, and cm, that means the unit here will be cm cube, right? But they asked us to leave our answer in milliliters. So what can I say about 1 cm cube is equals to how many ml?
100.
Huh? 1 cm cube equals to 100 ml?
Just 1 milliliter, the same.
Yes. 1 cm cube must be equal to 1 ml. They are the same. So in this case, I can also write it down as 21,600 ml. Okay? Now, then all the orange juice is poured into empty identical bottles to the brim. So that means every bottle with a capacity of 300, that means when we say capacity, that means it is the total amount of water the bottle can hold. So in this case, the bottle can hold a total of 300 ml of orange juice. So for part B, to find the number of bottles which can be filled with the amount of orange juice in the tank would be, what do I do? Yes, Rachel, thank you very much. But what's my step? How do I do it? How do I find the number of bottles? Anyone?
You must times 72.
Times 72. Okay, now anyone else with a different answer? What do I do? I want to find the number of bottles. Thank you, Rachel. So what I do is to take the volume of the amount of orange juice divided by the capacity that the bottle can hold. Divide by 300 to give me 72 bottles. Okay, so Giselle not multiply by 72, we actually divide it by 300. Okay, so those who give me an answer like Bella and Gordon, thank you very much. Okay, let's look at question number 2. So in this question, it says that a rectangular container measuring 35 by 20 by 30, length, breadth, height, is 3 out of 5 filled with apple juice at first. So these are your apple juice. 3/5 filled. Okay, now, when you have this information whereby they tell you what fraction of the tank or what fraction of the container is filled, and they also give you the height. Okay, there are many ways to solve this question. Okay, now 3/5 filled of apple juice at first, we can find out how much apple juice there are, right? So if I were to read on, half of the apple juice is then poured out of the container, and you want to find the volume of apple juice left in the container. Okay, so what happened here is it is 3/5 filled with apple juice. Half of it is poured out. Okay, can you see half of the apple juice is poured out of the container? So what's left? What fraction is left? What fraction of apple juice is left? Anyone? What fraction of apple juice is left? Fraction of apple juice, Giselle. What fraction of apple juice is left in the container? So it is 3/5 filled, and then half of the apple juice is poured out. Anyone? What do you think is left? Half? Let me see. 0.5, no. Okay, so we know that it is 3 out of 5 filled with apple juice, right? Yes, Evan, thank you. Jasmine, thank you. Okay, so if it is 3/5 filled and you remove half of it, what's left is half of the 3/5, isn't it? Half of the 3/5. So I can do it this way. What's the fraction left is 3 out of 10. Okay, so to find volume, the volume left would be, I just take 3 out of 10 of the entire capacity of the container, means 35 times 20 times 30. So if I were to do this, times 35 times 20 times 30 will give me 6,300. This is one way to solve the answer, to get the answer. But another way is if I were to use the height. If it is only 3/5 filled, that means the height filled is 18 cm. So if I remove half of it, that means 18 divided by 2 to give me 9. So what's left in the container? What's left in the container is 35 times 20 times 9. Okay, 35 times 20 times 9. This would also give me 6,300. Okay, so there are many ways to do this as long as you're comfortable to solve this type of question. Okay, now question number 3. What do we have here? So we have a rectangular tank. So they tell us it's a rectangular tank measuring 50 by 15 and 20. So I just label length, breadth, and height. It is 3/5 filled with oil. Sorry, it's 3/10 filled with oil. So how much more liters of oil is needed to fill the tank to? Now, 80%, I want to fill it to 8/10. That means it is at first, it is 3/10 filled. Then you want to add oil such that in the